we are a little blurry. Our camera was the choice. So, welcome everybody. We are live. We're having a little camera blurry issues. It should go in a bit because we haven't resettled. But once I stand still for a while, the camera should be back. But we'll double check on that. So, welcome everybody. We are in a completely different place today. There are other people here, so we kind of have an audience again. Everybody say hello.
Hello.
Only one person?
Hi.
We have 4 or 5 others today. We are at Jolo's place with all of them. So you guys know our JZC crew. We kind of do trick shot stuff. But anyways, back to the science topic. Today we are talking about electricity. Again, we get a true or false and everybody's favorite Q&A. So, hello. Diversion just comes running down. Okay. So, I'm going to quickly double check our camera here. I want to make sure you guys can see me because it's kind of nice to see people. Also, we are having some Wi-Fi issues today. So, yes, we are having a lot of Wi-Fi issues. But that is all right. All right, hopefully we'll be back to normal here. All right, and we are just good. Double checking. Wow, it says we got an excellent connection. All right, we're back. Hello, everybody. So, all right, so today we're going to be talking about electricity. Last week we had an experiment day, which went a little different. It also ran a little shorter than normal, but that's all right. So I want to see how it would flow, because another idea would be to do these shows on Monday, and then on Fridays do an experiment day, which would be really fun with you guys. So, all right, so we're going to talk a little bit about electricity, but let's jump into our show plan. All right, everybody, so we got our recap. First, we're going to talk, I already kind of talked about what we did last week. We're going to jump into our lesson today on what is electricity. Then we're going to do one of everybody's favorites, true or false. And then we are actually going to wire some motors, and we are going to play with some motors, and we're going to see differences. We're going to talk about some fans, and yeah, it'll be great. And then we get our Q&A, which will be very awesome. All right, so what is electricity? So I think we first need to understand that everything is made of something, and it's called
Atoms.
Atoms! Thank you, Eli. They all look at me. Okay. So yes, everything is made of atoms, and electrons are a particle that flows within the atom. So electricity is basically the flow of the atom, or the flow of the electrons from atom to atom. So we can create a current, which is a string of electrons, which can help to power, for example, this light bulb. So we're going to talk a little bit about the circuit. Imagine we have a motor, of course, and then we have a circuit. We'll put a battery in between, so we have the power, and it goes through this magnet. This is actually an electromagnet, so it'll power the electromagnet and come back up. We're going to talk about this a little later. So there are actually 2 types of electricity. There are, one, static electricity, well, of course we're teaching everybody today, which is, for example, when you rub your hands together, or if I can take my hat and do this on my hair, and then my hair should stand up a little bit. It's hard to see in the camera. Okay, but it's always fun when you do that. You've probably before in your life, especially at a birthday party, taken a balloon and rubbed it on your hair. It's always so fun, especially people with longer hair. It sticks straight up, and it's hilarious. So the second type of electricity is actually current electricity. So that is basically wires and motors and how those works, and the flow of electrons, how it goes through a circuit. So, alright, and we're actually going to talk the most about today about current electricity, because that has to do with everyday things. Once again, this light bulb, there's a battery source, and then the wire, it goes in through the light, and then it creates that current, and it comes back to the battery, which is what helps to power the light bulb. So, alright, so we're going to jump into our true or false today, now that we kind of understand what electricity is. And you guys, everybody gets to participate today. So, I am going to jump over, grab my true or false questions. Joel, you're first, so you can come back in here. So he was sitting under the table. He's like, should I come in first? We're going to turn it over to the chat. You guys can give your answers in the chat if you say true or false, depending on what you think the answer is. The greatest thing is Mellow Blue's over here on the side, and she's going to answer too. So, all right. Are you ready, Jolo? You guys ready? So once again, you can tell someone with if it's true or false at home with you guys, or you can tell someone you're with, in the room, or you can tell someone with through the chat. Are you ready, Jolo?
Yes.
Yes, you're ready. All right, you ready? True or false? Lightning bolts can have around 100 million volts. It's a lot of volts. True? What do you think, Eli Fell? Eli Fell is signing true, which is sign language for true, TRUE. Also, once again, apologies if we're buffering a little bit through here. It has to do with the Wi-Fi. And in case anything, we are going to actually we'll just re-record it and then upload it for you guys afterwards, so you guys No, just to make sure everything works well. Because I want to make sure you guys can get this because it's awesome. So, so the answer, true or false, if lightning bolts have around 100 million volts, the answer is true. Good job, you get one of these. Alright, and guess what, Diversion, you get to come next. Come on, Diversion, you get to come up next. Are you going to stick out there? Okay, so electric eels can have, true or false, electric eels can have over 2,000 volts. What do you think? Maybe true and false? No, they can't, or false?
False.
False? Alright, false. So we think false. What do you guys think? The chat is a little delayed through how the video works, but that is totally fine. I've seen some trues and falses a bit from my end. So the answer is actually false. You were correct. It actually can only pack about 500 volts, which is still kind of a lot of volts. An average wall socket has 120 volts, just to give you guys a perspective. Alright, so here we go. We have our third question here. Mellow Blue, you got this one. I'm just coming here because okay. So are you ready? Alright, so you can come on here if you want, or you don't have to. So, alright, you ready? Oh, okay. True or false? A charge of static electricity can measure up to 3,000 volts.
True.
True? So once again, guys, you can tell someone you're with at the home, or put it in the chat for those of you just joining on to us today. So yes, so true or false, a charge of static electricity can measure up to 3,000 volts. The answer is indeed true. So that's kind of cool. Static electricity is a very strong type of electricity. Current is 2 EFL. Would you like to come in here for the next one? He comes running up here. Oh, look at that. Our camera's doing better. All right. So true or false? Electricity travels at 6,696,000 miles an hour. That's a hard question because this is actually a very interesting
What's the number?
What the number?
What's the number again?
What's the number? So true or false, electricity travels at 6,696,000 miles per hour. What do you think? Contemplation here. How about I open up to the chat again to see what they think? Alright, let's see. We got some trues in here, maybe some trues.
I'm thinking true.
You're thinking true?
Because
right. Should we go with true?
Electricity flows the speed of
Always
light.
stick with your first guess.
So yes, true.
True. The answer is indeed true. Yes, the answer is indeed true. And the interesting thing is, yes, electricity only travels at 6,696,000 miles an hour. Light travels, on the other hand, a lot faster than that, which is actually kind of interesting. I know. So, all right, thank you, EFL. So, all right, so I want to discuss something today on electricity. Joel's going to come in here today, and we're going to look at some motors here. So, all right, so AC and DC, and those are two different types of current. One of them has to do with alternating current, so that's electrons switching from positive to negative about 20 times a second. For example, we have an alternating ELF. I'm going to need your help here. Can you grab one of our alternating current motors? Let's grab this one. So, this diversion, you have to move the camera down a bit here. We're going to switch over because we're going to show you guys how to wire this, and I'm actually going to hook this up to a power cord here. So, thank you, Joel. Alright, so this is a normal plug-in cord. This, you guys probably definitely recognize that type of plug-in. It plugs into the wall socket over here, or we have an extension cord. So, we have a wire here. You ready, Joel? So, we have a motor. So, this spins at about roughly 3,200 RPM. It is a motor. It's an alternating current motor, and I can look on here and I can see exactly. So, this is it takes 115 volts. But a wall socket will work just fine. So, take our positive negative end, I'm going to switch it. We have a little push here, that's fine. So, we're going to take our motor, and we're going to, these types of caps, you can take the wire and you can actually spin it together like this, and it basically combines the wires like this. You see the yellow cap, and thus it will create a current. So, the current will flow in one side of the wall socket, it will come through this wire, go through here, make it spin, and it'll go back out at the end of this. So, we're going to hope this works because the end of our wire was a little off. Earlier we were testing this out. So let's take another wire here. Joel, would you like to do this one?
Sure.
Oh yeah, that's totally fine. So, that one fell out here. We may have to try one of our other motors, but I brought another motor just in case this does not work because we want to make sure you guys can see this. We're going to have to use another motor here. So bear with us, you guys. What happened is our wire, it's the cord. Okay, that's interesting. So our cord You gotta grab a wire. Okay, so Joel is going to go grab a wire stripper. And so what happened here, guys, if you see the wire, it's not out as much as this one, and it kind of has to be out because it can't make a full connection with this, meaning that our circuit will not work. So let's show them. We're going to show you guys an electromagnet now. This is very interesting. EFL is going to actually help me with this one. Alright, so this is an electromagnet. This is a magnet that actually works when electricity, an electric current flows through it. So it actually consists of a wire that's basically around a coil, and then that's how the current goes through the wire, and then that is what creates the magnetic field, which makes it magnetic. So we have a scissors here with some metal. Would you like to hold this on here? So obviously you guys see this is not a normal staged magnet. So look here, and if we go, look at that. It's not magnetic. So now EFL, watch what happens when EFL puts a current through this. Remember, he's creating a circuit. So I can feel it a little bit. We had it very strong before. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. EFL, let's go. Or Joel, you want to strip this?
Sure.
I hand this to you. And if you guys look, it's hard to see through the camera. We actually did get the scissors to pick this magnet up earlier on today. I do feel a little I feel a little magnetic charge here, so that's kind of cool. Because remember, guys, we gotta make sure our current is working. Interesting. Of course, remember, guys, when you're live, anything could go wrong. So, all right, I do feel a little magnet, but this is actually a little magnetic now, which has to do with the current. So, all right, thank you, EFL. While Joel is doing that, I actually want to point out that these are two types of fans. These both take AC, which is alternating current. And these might not look alike, but these are actually two different types of fans. This is a normal fan you're used to. Of course, we have a three-way, and when it spins, it blows air out in this particular direction, wherever it's facing. But what's different about this is it has curved edges on the outside. If you guys see very close, so it actually still pushes air around. All right, we got that. Thank you, Joel. So I'm gonna wire this quick. We're gonna grab our cap again, and it actually shouldn't matter too much what side we put it on, but I want to make sure we get this right this time. So we have a cap, and then we're going to screw it on. So this is kind of like, if I do projects, so this is the exact motor I experiment with a lot, almost every day.
Yep.
So we got this cap on, and then we're going to put this cap on, and then the fun part is about to happen. So either way, it almost would work right now because they're touching each other and they're creating a current. But spinning these caps on just makes sure that it's actually creating the current. Alright, hold on a minute. So, Joel, you want to show them what you're doing? So, he has the plug-in cord. What is going to happen now is there's a current that's going to flow through one of these sides in the plug-in. It's going to go up through the black wire, or one of these wires. It's going to go in, it's going to spin this, and then go out the light one. It's going to go out the other side. Alright, you ready, Joel?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. You guys hear that? You know what that means? That means we did it the right way. Good job, Joel. Get one of these. It's a high five day. Alright, so we're going to plug that quickly. Actually, what's interesting about this is if we unplug it now, it will actually, so if it breaks, if you look at that, guys, it actually will stop, and then the motor, it stops and it slows down like that. So thank you. We can unplug the cord here. Alright, so younger kids at home, always be careful when you're messing with current and electricity. It can be quite dangerous at times, which is why I have done this. I'm very experienced in this. I've done this a lot, especially so I've worked with these specific motors before, which is what I'm going to point out. So this is actually for another project EFL is working on, and we're going to wire this today too. This is actually, believe it or not, it's actually from an air hockey table. So this is going to be pretty interesting to work with. So Joel is going to grab, do you want to try doing this again?
Sure.
So we're going to show, and I want to make sure so you guys know how to do this because it's really fun. So remember, you're going to hold these two wires here, and you're going to spin the yellow cap on. Alright. Alright. All right, so you got one on, or you got two on, or what? Are you gonna continue with? And this is one of the parts that also takes one of the longest amount of times, but electricity can be fun. All right, so, and then afterwards, if we were gonna show you guys, this is actually a normal type of fan, but it works the same way. And I can show this here. This is another example of, oh, it got tangled up. This is another example of an alternating current fan. So we're going to set this here, and I'm going to plug this in while Joel is getting that set up. And now, if you look, this one is actually, Joel was talking about has to get spun. The first time, just go to the other, oh yes.
You ready?
Yep. Ooh, there it goes. Oh, you can spin it a bit. So this is actually an older fan. It doesn't always work right away. But once you get it to go, it will go. But this is just another example of an alternating current motor. All right, that works. So we're going to show you this now that Joel just wired. And this, in case you guys are wondering, this indeed is an air hockey table motor. So this is something that blows air up through to help keep your puck on the surface. So this is something that you might not always see very often. All right, here we go. Yes, these blow a lot of air. You guys feel that? Can you guys feel that air?
Yeah. Don't touch it.
Oh, yep. But it's very interesting. Very cool. All right. So, all right. Can we use our camera up quickly here? So, just like I always mention, guys. Thank you. So, just like I always mention, guys. Anything can go wrong on live. Of course, you always have motors that don't work or something that goes wrong. But now we get to come to, once again, everybody's somewhat favorite part. We're going to turn it over to the chat, and it is now time for Q&A. All right, so we're going to pull up our Q&A questions here. If you guys have any questions for us, you can indeed put it in the chat. All right, so here we go. Are you ready, Joel? We're going to answer some questions. So what is the difference between AC and DC? So AC is alternating current. That means the current of electrons is flowing from positive down to negative. Direct current is actually just flowing in one particular direction. AC is like what you have in the outlet. So, and the AC is something that you guys use practically almost every day. All right, where are you right now? We are at his house in another place. I love the background. The wall looks really nice with like the contrast of the lights. And yes, it's nice. So, all right. Can we see a motor spin again? Sure. We already have this wired up, so we're gonna put this in through here. Once again, if you guys are younger, don't mess with electricity and without adult supervision, even with older people too. So, you guys. It's always great when a project comes together. Eli Fell is actually working on this project right now. All right. Let's pull up our questions again. Once again, if you guys have any questions, for those of you just joining in now, you can put them in the chat. When is the next show? Next Monday at 3 p.m. And so, yeah. All right. Oh, I saw the question. Everybody always asks, like, can you see the cat? So I was looking at that, and there's almost no cats. There is a cat here somewhere, but we'd have to find him. So, all right, should I subscribe? Yes, you should subscribe if you enjoyed today. And of course, today, all right, so thank you guys for joining us today. Today has been kind of fun. It was different being at somebody else's house. I hope you guys indeed now have another idea of electricity, because it's a very important thing that goes around here. I see some questions coming up in the chat. Do they have a cat you can show? Not around here right now.
Somewhere
outside. Cats always fun like this. You guys can continue to put your questions in there. So what has to do is with the show is a little delayed through you guys. All right, so that is all the questions I have from you guys today. So yes, thank you guys for joining us today. Today was a little different with somewhere else. And yes, we will see you guys next Monday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Please enjoy this outro music, because we always kind of jam out after we listen to it. So I'm Zach42, and these guys, everybody say bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Okay. Bye, guys. Electricity.